And welcome back to Backyard Jam. We're here on the regular season, ready for August, the event here in the summer, and we're a bit shark infested this month. Lots of good trucks competing on the tracks, several new schemes, one brand new truck to the circuit. We will talk more about that in just a little bit, but we cannot take away from the story of last month. It was 4th of July celebrations and the Mohawk Warrior took to the track in fine style. After doing well the previous month, they went one stage further and took the racing win going into August. A phenomenal effort from the Mohawk Warrior team. The Black Pearl, they sent it, but just not quite hard enough. And it was Mohawk Warrior getting the win and left the points table in shock and awe. They moved from near the bottom of the table to onto the second page, a phenomenal feat for them. Several trucks here in joint positions. You got Max D and Jurassic Attack in joint 22nd, El Toro Metal Health in joint 20th, 16th position is very tied up. Up the top of the table, however, things are starting to move. There's the Mohawk Warrior in 12th position, then Zombie in 11, joint 7th for Avenger, Excalibur, Rockwell Red and Monster Mutt. Lumberjack and Black Pearl joint 5th, Bigfoot 4th, Iron Outlaw 3rd, Jester 2nd, Dragon still up the top on 1st place. Now let's take a look at the field for this month, because you'll notice one truck in particular is missing from this field. Brutus is out. John Ritchie trades in his ride for the Northern Nightmare for the remainder of the series. He is going up against the likes of Avenger with the new 25th anniversary scheme. The Monster Mutt Rottweiler classic body there, the Mercury, and Jester rocking the green. The Maximum Destruction body now back on a brand new chassis for Team Max D, and a new chassis as well under Earthshaker. They say it must be running faster. Track talk now, and as I mentioned, shark infested, lots of little megalodons swimming about the track, but that's not the main talking point. What is the amount of jumps that might upset the trucks on this track. It looks fast if you get the line right. So fast, in fact, they've put a massive berm at the end there to catch the trucks. But get this track wrong and you will end up on your side, down and out. Let's take a look at the bracket for round 1 of racing. Later on, we'll see Earthshaker take on El Toro Loco, Avenger take on Gravedigger, Lucas Crusader versus Metal Health, Bigfoot against Blue Thunder, Rockwell Red and Monster Mutt will face off. Maximum Destruction versus Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Stone Crusher and Excalibur. First round buys go to Black Pearl, Jester, Northern Nightmare, Iron Outlaw, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, Zombie, Bog Hog and Dragon. Our first matchup, however, tonight sees Jack Charlton in Lumberjack take to the track against Ian Spiros in Jurassic Attack. One truck has managed to get an overall event win here on the regular season. The other has struggled to get out of round 1 of racing. We will see if Jurassic Attack can progress here or whether Lumberjack will take the win. Down the track they come, reasonably even down the ramp. There's the jump and it's a turn there for Jurassic Attack. They spin out in no man's land and Lumberjack will race on to the second round. What on earth happened there? Through the line came Lumberjack. It wasn't quite clean, but Jurassic Attack, they had already spun out by then. It didn't need to be clean. As Lumberjack, they are going to progress. Jurassic Attack, they're looking for answers. Oliver Stapley in Excalibur now returns to the track. He is going up against a champion in their own right. Stone Crusher coming off of the Summer Showdown Freestyle win. Wegner Racer, a bit of a chip on his shoulder there. He's looking to duplicate that in racing tonight. We shall see if he can do it. Gates open, down the track they come even once again over the jump. But it's a cleaner race for Excalibur as Stone Crusher goes into the ending moguls on the far side of the track there. You can see both trucks turn into that ending area, but Excalibur, they get the better line through. And Stone Crusher, they bounce over that mogul through the line, but it's all too little too late. Excalibur are moving on. Caden Wilson now coming to the line in the brand new look for Monster Mutt Rottweiler. It looks very cool. He's rocked it on previous tours. Maximum Destruction, Hazard County. This truck, another classic look. A bit of a matchup of the classics here. It's going to be Monster Mutt in the near lane. Maximum Destruction in the far. Let's see who wins this one. Gates are open. Down the track they come, and it's Max D with the early lead. And Caden Wilson bicycles through. I don't know who's won this one. Let's take a look. It was all Max D to start with. I'm still not sure. The slow-mo replay, not that slow today. Not sure what's going on with that, but I'm being told that the winner of the race is in fact Caden Wilson in Monster Mutt's Rottweiler. As the track crew comes in to roll Caden back over. A little bit complicated, that one, but managed to get back onto all 4 BKT tyres in the end. Mikey Merton in Monster Mutt now returns to the track. He is a 3-time champion and takes on somebody who's doing very well this season but not got that overall win yet. Dolphin Master in Rockwell Red. Was second place a few months ago. Hasn't really seen much action since then. Will he get some tonight? Gates are open. Down the track comes Monster Mutt very fast, but it goes sideways off of the jump. What on earth happened there? I'll tell you what, Rockwell Red, they got the win. I don't even know if we'll see Monster Mutt on this slow-mo replay. Oh, just the tyre. Again, it wasn't a particularly clean race for Rockwell Red. They found that ending mogul, but by that point, Monster Mutt had already rolled it, and what awesome damage there. The whole front clip has come off, the windscreen gone, and that is going to be a lot of damage for Monster Mutt to repair. They looked a little bit off kilter in the Summer Showdown, and that just goes to show that they're in trouble. Well, they are going to need to go and look at the damage there on Monster Mutt. They are out of the competition for tonight, so plenty of time to do it. Lumberjack, Excalibur, Monster Mutt Rottweiler, and Rockwell Red, they will all move through to face the first round buys on the left-hand side of the bracket. We now move into the right-hand side of round 1, and up first, FC Productions Blue Thunder is taken to the track once again. Hasn't really got it done this season, and they're looking to do so against Mitch Brown in Bigfoot, somebody who's consistently up there, top 4, top 2 even, one event. We will see if Bigfoot can replicate here or even go one stage further. They're going to look to against Blue Thunder. Gates are open, down the track they come. It's Blue Thunder with the early lead, but rocks up into a wheel stand, and Bigfoot were right there with them. Let's take a look at the slow-mo replay here. Let's see who has won this one. Oh, it's going to be Bigfoot all day long. Blue Thunder, they managed to rock up, managed to drive through in a big wheel stand. Great moment for them. Great momentum, cool action on 2 wheels, but this ain't skills. This is a race, boys. Devon Treat in Metal Health returns to the track. Has not yet got it done on this track in this new truck. Will look to do so against Anderson Hill in the Lucas Crusader. Somebody who's had a mid sort of run here on the regular season. Is looking to get a win under his belt here against Metal Health. Let's see who's going to get this one. Gates are open, down the track comes Metal Health. Nice clean action, rolling over as Lucas Crusader and Metal Health will move on to round 2 of racing, I believe for the first time here on the regular season. Well, by this point, Lucas Crusader had already gone over. It's a nice little jump off of the final mogul for Metal Health. Now track crew coming in to roll over Lucas Crusader. Doesn't seem to be too much damage there. Josh Doing Things in Gravedigger comes to the track. Came second in the first event out and then has petered off for the rest of the series. I wonder why. Chip Chocolate, Avenger, the 25th anniversary body debuting on the track here. It looks very clean, and they're going to be looking to capitalise on Gravedigger's lull here in racing. Gates are open and it's Gravedigger off to an early lead. A wheel stand though and rolls the truck over, sees Avenger through the line. I said at the top of the show, you get this track wrong, you will end up over and out. Several trucks tonight have not crossed that finish line, and it has been easy streets for all of the other racers. Avenger will move on. Gravedigger very, very far, leaning to the left there. It looks like some shock damage. Little Chip Chocolate, El Toro Loco has a tough task in taking on Steve Calabrese, Earthshaker, with the new chassis under that truck. It looks very good. In fact, in practice, it looks very, very fast. I am looking forward to seeing who wins this race. El Toro Loco, they're up against it, I think. Gates are open, down the track comes the new Earthshaker, rolls the truck. Well, that is the payoff, I think, a little bit wasted. Earthshaker, a bit too fast perhaps. Steve Calabrese loses control in the jump, and it's all El Toro Loco, goes flying through the line. And that's quite the landing there for Earthshaker. Managed just to roll over gently onto the back of the truck. Doesn't seem to be too much damage there. El Toro Loco, they're moving on. Confirmation then of those moving through. Bigfoot, Metal Health, Avenger and El Toro Loco move on to round 2 to face Dragon, Boghog, Zombie and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. We will see all that action later on in the show, but we move back to the left-hand side for round 2 as Lumberjack returns to the track. Looked alright earlier on, but he is up against tough opposition here in Charlie Hubbard, second place last month in the Black Pearl. This is another truck that is on the way up after Charlie swapped from Tailgater into the Black Pearl. Things have been looking better for his series. That truck, that concept will return at some point, I'm sure, but for now, it's Black Pearl versus Lumberjack. Down the track they come. Over the first jump, a very clean race from both trucks. That is going to be a very close finish. Let's take a look at the slow-mo replay here. Ooh, very, very tight indeed. It looks to be Lumberjack with the bicycle there in the back from the Black Pearl, but we will double check on the super slow-mo just to make sure it is Lumberjack, Jack Charlton, going on to round 3 of racing. Black Pearl out of this early stage, but faced a tough opponent here in a former champion. Oliver Stapley now takes to the track in Excalibur, returning from a good race earlier on. He is up against Elliot Spiros in the new Jester body. It's looking very cool. A one-time event champion has already punched their ticket to World Finals, but they're in contention for the overall win for the regular season this year. They're going to want as many wins to their name as possible as they come down the track. Nice and ahead, but that was a huge jump from Jester and they roll over. As I was saying, they need some wins. They don't get this one. Let's take a look. They're already over. Excalibur, not exactly a clean race from them either. That Jester truck was basically straight up and down, rolling it over in no man's land. Doesn't cross the line. Excalibur do. They are going on, and here comes Jester rolling back over. That new body is still looking reasonably clean. Caden Wilson now coming to the track in a new body. Monster Mutt Rottweiler returns here to face John Ritchie in his new ride, Northern Nightmare. Brutus, it wasn't performing for him, and officials have given him the chance to ride in the Northern Nightmare. A fresh life, perhaps, for John Ritchie. Let's see if he can make the most of it. Gates are open. Down the track they come. Caden Wilson just ahead, but they both make a wheel stand. And it's going to be Northern Nightmare, John Ritchie, who had the first round bye tonight, of course, getting through to round 3 of racing. Do my eyes deceive me? John Ritchie, the Northern Nightmare, no longer Brutus, is going on to round 3 of racing. And this new truck, it's like a breath of fresh air for John. Well, we'll catch up with that story later on. Dolphin Master, however, Rockwell Red, is looking good on the track tonight, but it faces a tough opponent in K and James TV. The Iron Outlaw came second in February, has done very well, top 4 most of the time in the regular season. They are also vying for top points position in the regular season. Gates are open. Down the track they come, reasonably even. Rockwell Red just pulling ahead in the ramp, but it's going to be the Iron Outlaw, I believe, gets across the line first. Rockwell Red gets caught on that last mogul. Look at the bicycle here from the Iron Outlaw. Can't quite save it. Rolls the truck over, but it's nice and gentle. And that means that they're going to be able to recover for later on. Here comes Track Crew to roll that truck back over. All looks okay, or does it? That front left tyre looked a little bit wonky there. They'll head back to the pits. Let's see what they can get fixed up, ready for the round 3 racing. Lumberjack, Excalibur, Northern Nightmare, and the Iron Outlaw all moving through. 3 of those have seen the top 4 before. Northern Nightmare, new to the track, new for John Ritchie too. Mitch Brown, Bigfoot, returning to the track now to take on Cyclops Hobbies in a Dragon. We've seen these two racing before. They were the finalists when we hit the beach earlier this year. Will we see Bigfoot get vengeance? Of course, Dragon, they doubled down. They won a second championship on that race. They're looking for another one tonight as they head down the track. Dragon ahead. But does it quite get over the line? Bigfoot, they also struggled to get over the line. And what on earth happened there? Let's take it to the slow-mo replay. Here comes Dragon, all sideways, cattywampus. Dragon, they look to have crossed the line, but the truck itself has not yet made it over. Bigfoot, they're also parked on the line. I'm really not sure what happens here. Well, let's take a look down at the track. The drivers are both having a chat with one another, and I'm hearing word that they want to race again. So they're going to swap lanes, head back to the top of the track. Bigfoot now in the near lane, Dragon in the far. This is unprecedented, but both drivers agreeing to a second race. Let's see what happens in the repeat. Gates are open, down the track they come. Dragon pulling just ahead. Bigfoot was almost there, but catches the tyre of Dragon and almost helps them across the line. And that is going to be a win for Dragon, much cleaner. Well, if anybody wanted to say in that first race, Dragon managed to get across the line first, it doesn't matter now. Look, Bigfoot, Mitch Brown giving him a wave. Great race from both and great camaraderie. Devon Treat now, Metal Health coming back to the track to take on Wyatt Curtis in Bog Hog. The orange trucks are out in force here in this race. Bog Hog is over in the near lane. Metal Health over in the far. Let's take a look at who is going through to round 3 of racing here. Gates are open, down the track they come, even as they go. A wheel stand for Bog Hog, and Metal Health just got the best line of the night in that far lane. Let's take a look at that one. Look at that, smooth as you like, straight through, avoids any obstacles in their way. Up that ramp, and I said it was a fast track if you get it right. And that just proves it. Avenger now, Chip Chocolate coming to the track. The 25th anniversary body proved to be fast earlier on. Jace Usher in Zombie is who stands in his way. These two trucks, they've traded positions. Both have come second in the regular season so far. One of them is going through to round 3, ready to either replicate or go further. Gates are open, down the track they come. Over the jump, they both go, and it's a clean race for both, but I think it was Avenger across the line first there. Zombie, they roll it over on that final berm, carrying some good momentum, some good speed. Not as good, however, as Avenger, who manages to turn into it at the end there. Didn't roll the truck over. Nice clean race. Chip Chocolate will be moving on. Zombie, they just weren't fast enough here. Now from father to son, little Chip Chocolate takes to the track. El Toro Loco looked good earlier on, but has the toughest task of all. They face the champions, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, RRC Family Gaming, returning to the track. They carry the flag from last month into this month's racing. El Toro, they're over in the far lane. Mohawk Warrior in the near. Let's send it. Down the track they come. Mohawk Warrior pulling ahead, rolling it over, and El Toro Loco right there with them to the very end. A great race from both. Little Chip Chocolate was on a roll, got bounced up a little bit there. I wonder if the flag crosses the line first for Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. It's a very tight one, ladies and gents. Let's take a look at this. Super close coming across the line. I wouldn't want to call it. We'll get that line up on screen. And can you believe it? It's going to be El Toro Loco. Takes out the champions. What on earth is happening tonight? It's fairy tale season, ladies and gents. It's fairy tale season as the champion from last month falls early doors. Well, a couple of champions have snuck their way into round 3. A few top contenders, Avenger, Iron Outlaw, Excalibur, alongside them. Metal Health, El Toro Loco, and Northern Nightmare. They've never got this far in the competition, not for a long time anyway, for El Toro Loco. And now we will see what happens. Jack Charlton, Lumberjack, takes on Oliver Stapley in Excalibur. Round 3 of racing gets underway right about now. Excalibur, they're coming over to the near lane for this race. Interesting positioning. Lumberjack, they get lane choice. They're over in the far. Let's see what happens. Down the track they come, even as they go. A nice clean race. Excalibur, I think they just held Lumberjack across the line. We'll take a look at the replay. It's a very close one. Here they come, look. Very, very close indeed. But the front right tyre of Lumberjack crosses that line first. Excalibur, they go out of the competition. But great racing from them tonight. As good as John Ritchie here in Northern Nightmare. very fast in qualifying. He goes up against Kay and James TV, a tough opponent on any given night of the week. But John Ritchie is on a little bit of a tear tonight. We will see what that Northern Nightmare truck can do as it faces off against the Iron Outlaw. Gates are open, down the track they come. Iron Outlaw pulling just ahead, and a bit of a bobble there from both trucks. I'm not 100% sure who's won that one, but from an eyeball check, it looked like Northern Nightmare. Let's take a look here. Bouncing off of one side as Iron Outlaw, and it is Northern Nightmare. Continues the Cinderella run tonight. John Ritchie is going to the semi-finals for the very first time. Ladies and gentlemen, what a night he is having. Iron Outlaw out. Devon Treat now, Metal Health coming to the track. He's getting it done this month after struggling to get it started, but has a tough task in the three-time champion. Cyclops Hobbies in Dragon is his opponent, and Dragon choosing that far lane. Metal Health over here in the near. We will see what happens. John Ritchie's just managed to do it in the near lane. We'll see if he can replicate here. Gates are open, down the track they come. Dragon very fast, rolling it over does Devon Treat. What a shame there for Metal Health. They were doing so well tonight, but just managed to carry a little bit too much momentum on the jump. Rocks the truck back just that little bit too far. Cannot save it. And that's going to be the end of Metal Health's night. Dragon is going through to the semi-finals, and everybody should be worried, because that is a tough opponent any night of the week. Now, I've been looking forward to a matchup like this all season long. It's father versus son. Chip Chocolate takes on Little Chip Chocolate. Avenger against El Toro Loco. The Chocolate Drive here racing on Backyard Jam tonight. El Toro Loco in the near lane. Avenger in the far. We will see who's going to get the win here. Experience versus new blood. Let's take a look. Gates are open, down the track they come, even both as they go. A wheel stand there for El Toro Loco, and it's all over for them tonight. What a race though from them. They have proved themselves dominant here on the track, just not dominant enough to beat Old Pa. As Avenger goes on to the next round, the semi-final round of racing here in August. Avenger looks strong, and that one was good fun. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Let's get El Toro righted now, back on all four BKT tyres and next to each other for the first time on the track. That's a moment worth keeping. Well, let's take a look at who goes through. Lumberjack, Northern Nightmare, Dragon and Avenger. You've got to think here, Northern Nightmare, the underdogs, but don't count them out because they have had a phenomenal night so far. They face Lumberjack next. Dragon will face Avenger in the semi-finals. Jack Charlton, then Lumberjack. Here on the track, January's champion looking to replicate here and go a two-time champion. John Ritchie looking to keep the Cinderella run alive. He is in the near lane where he raced last and won last. Looking to keep it going. Lumberjack over in the far. Let's see if he can make it a two-time championship. Gates are open, down the track they come, even once again, and another wheel stand. It's a weird rollover there for the Northern Nightmare truck. Lumberjack, they don't cross the line, and look who is there going through to the finals tonight. It was uncouth, it wasn't pretty, but just managing to pull a tyre across the line to get the win. Northern Nightmare, John Ritchie, is going to the finals. I do not believe it. What a run he is having here on the regular season. This is incredible stuff. Chip Chocolate, the Avenger, now comes to the track to face off against Dragon, Cyclops Hobbies. I'm sure these two have raced before. I can't remember when, but this is going to be a great matchup. Both trucks have looked strong all night long, and Avenger with the faster pass has opted to take the far lane where he took out his own son in the last round. Well, the gates are open. Let's see if it pays off. Dragon, a fast pass from them, and looking to block Avenger there at the line, managing just to spin around, get all in his face, and that is going to be it. Dragon is getting through to yet another racing finals. There they go, look. Clean as a whistle, Dragon. A little drift at the end there as well. Nice style will get you everywhere. Well, what a final round we have lined up for you. Bottom of the table faces off against top of the table for the Racing Championship here in August. And for a moment, I believe the entire field are stood stock still to see if John Ritchie can dream big enough to win tonight. Dragon is going over in the far lane, Northern Nightmare in the near, and this is going to be one hell of a racing finals. I'm excited for this one, more excited than I've been in months prior. John Ritchie, the dream, can it stay alive? The underdog, the Cinderella run, takes on the toughest opponent possible in Dragon. Northern Nightmare, as I said, is over in the near lane, Dragon in the far. Both trucks, both drivers happy with their lanes. We will see what goes down as we go green. Gates are open, down the track they come, even as they go. And look at that! It's Northern Nightmare, ladies and gentlemen. Dragon rolls it over at the line. Northern Nightmare, John Ritchie, with the same block tactic that Dragon just pulled off against their opponent Avenger in the last round. And have that served back to you, Dragon, because Northern Nightmare, against all odds, goes from bottom of the table to a secured place in December's World Finals here on the Backyard Jam channel. And what a night it has been for Northern Nightmare, for John Ritchie, and for his crew. And the celebrations are going to go on long into the night, I am sure. Look at that, Northern Nightmare not done on the track. They've got the flag attached. They're going to go and get parked up on the ramp and celebrate in the best way possible. Northern Nightmare, John Ritchie, a truck that was on loan to them, hoping to get things done. He has taken this second chance and run with it. Well, let's take a look at the points table because it's all change here. Joint 23rd, bottom of the table, Jurassic Attack and Max D on 55 points. Then everybody from Gravedigger to Northern Nightmare now on 70 points in joint 16th position. Blue Thunder in 15th, then Monster Mutt Rottweiler and Bog Hog in joint 13th, up to 12th position for the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. 10th for Zombie, joint with Monster Mutt on 95 points apiece. Rockwell Red in 9th place, 100 points for them. Joint 7th for Excalibur and Black Pearl. Joint 5th for Avenger and Bigfoot. 4th position for Lumberjack. Our top 3 remain the same: Iron Outlaw, Jester and Dragon on 165 points. That's it from us for August. Join us next month for the penultimate show for the regular season. Until then, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Do subscribe to the channel and we shall see you again for more racing. Until then, I've been your host, Jevon Woodrow. Good night.